Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for showing up today for our last performance of Clinton High School's Silent Sky by Laura Gunderson. For those who have not yet seen this play, I want to give you guys some background to our process just to further appreciate all the work that's gone into this. This play was supposed to be performed in November. We have had a lot of things happen. As you know, the November outbreak in Clinton really put us reeling for a while, and this show has endured a lot. These poor kids have gone through postponement after postponement, and we continue to just work hard to make this happen for you guys. Before we get started, I would like to thank, of course, our streaming services for allowing more people to enjoy what these kids have worked so hard to put on. Want to remind people of some rules. Let's make sure that cell phones are turned off or turned on silent. And if you must speak, please whisper and keep that to a minimal. There will be a 10-minute intermission after Act 1, and I will get up here to tell you when that is and then what time to expect to be back. Again, please just enjoy your time here, and Thank you again for supporting us. Enjoy the show, guys.
Heaven's up there, they say. Pearly clouds, pearly gates, they say. They don't know much about astronomy, I say. The science of light on high, of all that is far off, and lonely, and stuck in the deepest dark of space. Dark, but for billions and billions of exceptions. And I insist on the exceptions.
Ow! What are you doing? You know, church is about to start. You know this, and you're avoiding it, and you've been caught.
I haven't been caught. I've been
Attacked with a love,
with pitches. What kind of world is this?
You're not wearing your hearing aid. You're fair game. Church now.
I can't right now.
Oh, yes, you can. We're waiting in prison to come in.
Margie, I'm sorry, but I cannot sit still right now.
The only thing you have to do in church is sit still. Now tell me what's going on or come inside.
I've been trying to tell you, but you're busy and you're barking and
I don't bark. I'm running the house. And Daddy's running the church. And what are you doing? Staying up all night in the cold like a mom.
What is wrong with you this morning, Miss Jumpy?
I'm not jumpy.
I'm not a mom.
Why are we still outside?
Because they have a job for me at Harvard. The observatory. Actual astronomy.
Since when were you even looking for a job?
Since they offered. Margie, this is an extraordinary thing. And they need mathematicians, and they asked for me specifically.
Harvard asked you.
Yes, and please, don't hold back your tone of shock.
This is shocking. I am shocked.
And I'm leaving. I'm taking that job and I'm leaving.
You've always been leaving.
Next week.
Next. Oh, Henry, no, wait. We need to discuss this as a family.
Margie, this could be my best life and it's sitting right in front of me.
And I'm still freezing.
Margie, talk to me.
Fine. Yes. I know that we are never going to be grow old next to each other kind of sisters, but the way you drive me crazy makes that for the best. But Henrietta, this is extreme.
Exactly. Come with me.
Oh, Henry, please.
Both of us, come with me.
What are you talking about? That's absurd.
Only a little. You're the only one who understands me. And you're always up for an adventure, and I do want to get old and scrappy with you.
I did not say scrappy.
Why don't you come with me and fire up your heart?
What are you talking about? That's absurd.
The edge of the wide world.
What are you talking about?
A blaze of learning.
A blaze.
A blaze! And Radcliffe is nearby, and they have a music school.
Henry, slow down.
You don't have to stay here. You could be happy. You could lose yourself.
Lose what? No, stop. Do not start ring bloomers.
Margie.
Wait. There are women these days, and they wear pants, and it's ridiculous. Now I have to play for the hymns that started 10 minutes ago. And thank you, sister. My fingers are numb.
I need you to convince Daddy to give me my dowry. I'm serious. Very. Please, will you talk to him?
What do I get all the yelling jobs?
You're so good at it.
This is your future, Henrietta. You'll know for certain that you'll never marry. You'll never fall in love. People do that. Uncoordinated, unclaimed emotion. Just the word spinster. Henrietta, please!
I need to start my life with Daddy's money.
Next to bloomers, whiskey and Selfridges.
I'm not a cowboy.
You know what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about astronomy. You keep talking about terrible pants.
It starts with pants. It's a changing world, and some things should be sacred. And I'm not saying we shouldn't go. It's far away that place, and it's crowded. And you're here in my sight, and I worry.
I'll be doing math. Don't worry.
Why not stay here and live with us and teach?
No!
Like every other girl with your temperament.
I like my temperament, and I don't want to shoved in some schoolhouse. I have questions. I have fundamental problems with the state of human knowledge. Who are we? What are we? Where are we?
Wisconsin.
In the universe!
Still Wisconsin.
Margie, I'm not just curious. I'm charged and I'm poised, and you know I'll just get more and more annoying until I go. You know this, you know this.
One day, there'll be a word for you, for us, for our fathers. Only much scrutiny approve of this. When you go, take the Bible.
I think Harvard has those.
You know what I mean. We look in the same direction, but our understanding is distinct.
I love you, but it is so cold for God.
That's why we keep them inside.
Margie, come with me.
I can't.
Why not?
Because Father counts on me. And if you leave, I can't leave. And I don't want to leave. And Samuel proposed.
What?
To marry?
Who?
Henry!
I mean, when?
This morning. Thank you for noticing.
Haha. Jumpy.
Yes, other people's lives are also in progress.
Is he?
Inside, looking very attentive until the service ends. And I answer?
What's your answer?
Of course I will!
To Samuel?
Well, I wanted to talk to you first.
You're gonna leave me for Samuel?
You just said you were leaving me!
Not for Samuel!
He's very good, and
Yes, he is.
he is, and I'm happy.
Then I'm happy too. Come with me.
Just come back.
And so, I go. Excuse me, is this the observatory office?
Oh, yes. Hello, you must be my 10 o'clock. Miss Leavitt? You are Miss Leavitt.
I am. Henrietta Leavitt, I'm thrilled to...
Good, we'll make this quick. It's not that complicated.
May I just say how pleased I am to meet you, Dr. Pickering? I'm just so honored.
No,
I'm not?
I'm not.
You're not Dr. Pickering.
I am...
You are Dr. Pickering?
So sorry. My name is Peter Shaw. I work for Pickering.
Oh, lovely. Mr. Shaw, colleagues then.
You actually work for me, and I work for him, so...
So we're still colleagues, it seems.
Technically, yes,
And
but...
here I thought Harvard was such a technical place.
No, I just mean, of course, it's just... You see, I'm Dr. Pickering's apprentice, junior fellow in astronomical research, summa cum laude mathematics and physics.
And if you spot me, I'll swoon.
What?
It's a technical term. Now, Mr. Shaw, I've come quite a long way and I'm quite anxious to get started. May I? Get started. Or just point me in the direction of the telescope and I'll be fine.
The telescope?
Is that it? The Great Refractor?
Yes, but...
One of the largest in the world.
I'm very aware, quite a point of pride for us, but... This is the workroom for you girls to work in here.
A short orientation, then.
We bring the girls' department photographic plates from the telescope. Latest technology.
Yes. Good. Question. Why all women?
Oh, this is great. Dr. Pickering got fed up with the boys' use, and he really said this, that his housekeeper could do better, so he hired her, and she did better. Now it's quite a woman's world up here.
I was expecting the usual world.
Oh, I make regular rounds.
Rounds?
I come around.
To what end?
Evaluation, of course.
Mr. Shaw, I also graduated summa cum laude from Radcliffe, which is basically Harvard, but in skirts. And lucky for us, the world doesn't much care what you wear, so my expertise and yours might just complement each other if we can get past this encroachingly unpleasant first impression. Or I could take this out and you could keep orienting.
Well, you'll fit right into the harem.
The what?
Oh, no, it's just a name, a joke. Pickering's harem. It's a compliment.
If you're a concubine!
He thinks the best is what we mean. That's what we'll call you. Pickering's best. Pickering's picks. That's got a ring. You don't.
I was supposed to meet Dr. Pickering at 10.
Yes, Mrs. Warmest welcome through me. He was detained. More important, not important, pressing matters. I'll show you around.
I'll come back.
There's no need for that.
I'd like to speak directly to the head of the department.
Love it.
Mr. Shaw, I don't mean to be brisk. Maybe a little if that would drive home the point that I'm finally here after a long time of not being anywhere. And I'm so anxious to get started, but all you've thus far conveyed to me is I'm some kind of math harem that's waiting to be picked, and that doesn't sound right at all.
I'm so sorry. Dr. Pickering is thrilled to have you, and I'd get in a lot of trouble with him if I ran you off on your first day, so please stay. We'd very much like you to stay.
You don't sound very excited about all this work.
Well, it is work.
It's not your... How best to put this to make you uncomfortable? Passion?
That's a bit excessive for physics.
Is it? I find the very notion of this work to be a thrill, a bracing excitement, and it's just something you do.
Well, I enjoy the work, of course I do. It's interesting and reasoned and sound, and my father pulled a lot of strings to why do you say passion?
Unlike for some people, following this curiosity was not easy. I had to push and persist, which takes an undedicated desire, unmatched by reason, called passion. You should try it.
I see! Gilbert and Sullivan. I wanted to be an actor. Dad, not, but I still sing on occasion with enthusiasm. Does that count?
Technically.
Well, here you go. One of the plates you'll be working with, a slice of heaven.
Beautiful. I should take one to my father.
Excuse me?
He's a pastor.
Please never leave the premises.
You said heaven. I was joking.
Harvard property.
Of course.
Very expensive.
And if you don't mention the attempted larceny, I won't mention the musicals.
You're curious.
In every way.
Oh, they're back. Watch out for Miss Fleming. Scottish stock, swift and angry.
Oh my!
And Miss Cannon, don't get in her way. Her name is Dickensian.
I would like to ask about...
What else can I tell you? Hooch and key, delicacy with the plates they crack.
Mr. Shaw!
25 cents an hour.
I'd love a chance to pursue...
It's good money for women's work.
It's
What are
volunteering.
you asking, Miss Leavitt?
That I might more fully engage in the ideas here.
Other than do the work you've been hired to do?
Other than, pardon me, do your math? Now when may I use the telescope?
Well, you can't.
I'll take over, Mr. Shaw.
Yes, very good. Sorry to brief her.
Then I'd be brief.
Yes, well, good day, ladies. I'll see you around.
Welcome, Miss Leavitt.
Hi, thank you. I was so eager to be here, I fear I might scare him.
Easy to do. Williamina Fleming. I like you.
Thank you.
Any Cannon. I haven't decided.
Oh, Miss Cannon, I know I shouldn't have gone on with him like that.
No, you shouldn't.
And I'm sorry if I made a poor first impression.
Harvard Observatory is the pinnacle of the astronomical community. The academic world looks to us.
To bookkeep the stars if you talk to Mr. Shaw.
Which is why we try not to talk to Mr. Shaw. We are mapping the sky, Miss Leavitt. If what we are doing seems unimportant or uninspired, I'd leave before you were asked to. Otherwise, show some respect.
Of course, and I would never.
Respect is a quiet thing, Miss Leavitt. Practice this.
Yes, Miss Cannon.
Practice now.
Let me show you what we do here, Miss Leavitt. This is the latest technology, a photograph of the stars, and we chart every point of light on every one.
Every single one.
Every scattered sneeze of them.
Will, don't be crude.
They look like ground pepper till you get the hang of it.
Williamina is our best photometer, from whom you'll learn much if she doesn't get herself fired.
I used to be her boss.
You still are. We share leadership of this department.
She outdid me with those letters.
I did no such thing.
The star classifications were her idea.
A collective effort, I assure you.
Star classifications, that's your word?
Yes, indeed. The sky was a right until Miss Cannon coded it. I wanted to give every star a number based on color, but she had to insist on labeling stars based on temperature.
Ladies.
O-B-A-F-G-K-M?
Yes.
You created a standard, Miss Cannon. My goodness, I'm so honored. You'd probably laugh if my professors made us memorize your letters using this ridiculous
She
phrase.
also made up that ridiculous phrase.
But I didn't mean for it to find its way into textbooks.
Oh, be a fine girl, kiss me. You did that too?
She had a muse.
Miss Fleming.
She thought it would be best for the boys. That's all they think about anyways.
Let's get back to work, please.
Because she's the boss.
I would have to be if you take this seriously, which is a ridiculous request from the woman who started the department. You know, Will was the first woman to ever hold the title of curator in astronomy, and the Draper catalog is all her work. She discovered stars and nebula, nova. She's the reason I'm here, And though she has far too much fun, I am the first to admit that she is fundamental to this institution.
And that, my friend, is how you introduce yourself without boasting.
I quit.
Oh, be a fine grandma.
It's a great phrase.
We have work to do, and Dr. Pickering is a very particular man.
He calls us his harem.
He's joking.
He is not. He measures a project in girl hours.
He's joking.
He is not! Sometimes kilogram hours.
The point is, we're busy because we're essential.
We're the dirt from which mighty oaks grow.
And do we have a title of some sort?
We do indeed. Congratulations, Miss Leavitt. You are now a computer.
What's a computer?
One who computes.
You notate the plate, transfer the data, input the data, process, record, next start.
And the plates, how do I read that?
Star spanking.
Align the spanker with a star. The matching dot indicates how bright that star is. Record magnitude, position, date, and repeat until you fill up the logbook.
All goes like crazy.
And what about working on our own ideas? Using the telescope for our own work?
You don't.
But I thought this was...
We collect, record, and maintain the largest stellar archive in the world. And we resist the temptation to analyze it.
But you just said how much you discovered here, both of you!
Resisting doesn't always work.
Can you do this job, Miss Leavitt?
Of course I can.
I need the consistent, not the creative.
She can do it, honey. She understands.
Good. Please show Miss Leavitt to her station.
Will do, Mr. President.
You make me crazy, and you know you make me crazy.
Balance of power, darling. All right, any more questions?
Is she mean or just to me?
No, she's just meticulous and blunt. And she sings.
Sings what?
Like a crow. But still, shows her humanity, eternal though it may be. You want her on your side. She's always on the right one.
Good, because I have some pressing issues with science.
The whole of it?
A lot of it. As far as I can tell, we do not appear to know where we are, astronomically, which is shocking. This is the modern age. We've been looking up for millennia, and we don't know how far away those stars are. We don't know if the Milky Way is the universe, and that's just unacceptable.
You're fun, but here's some perspective. I was Pickering's housekeeper before he brought me here. So, at present, we're a lot of things, and cleaning up the universe for the men, making fun of them behind their backs. It's worked for centuries.
Working isn't talking. Here we like to say,
The sky's the limit, and there's so damn much of it.
and so we work.
Starting.
Star name?
Alpha Leones 3982.
Beta Orionis 1713.
95 degrees declination.
73 degrees.
50 degrees.
Spectral class B.
Spectral class E.
Magnitude 1.25.
Magnitude 0.65.
Henrietta, we miss you. Star name.
And I can't stay in the conversation since you left.
Alpha Andromedae 15.
Everyone is so sensible.
80 degrees declination.
Please write back.
33 right ascension.
Good morning, ladies.
Correct on both counts, Mr. Shaw.
Morning, Mr. Shaw. Back again.
And so soon.
Just passing by, dropping these off, picking these up.
Spectral class A.
Hello, Miss Leavitt.
Magnitude 2. Oh! Hello, Mr. Shaw. How are you today?
Good. Bye.
He's an odd one.
And getting hotter.
Star name.
Star name.
Star name.
Henry, wish you'd be here for Thanksgiving. Daddy's putting a marvelous sermon on family.
Magnitude 2.8.
You missed the news.
Star name.
I'm pregnant.
Oh, Margie.
I think Daddy's happier than I am. And think of it, you're going to be an aunt.
I'm gonna be an aunt. And you, a mother? Congratulations, Margie. That's just... Star name. Alpha Cygnus. Spectral class A.
Hello, here I come, coming around.
Not nowadays.
What's going on?
just want to make sure that that everyone's oriented.
It's been half a year now. I think she can find the bathroom.
Am I doing something wrong, Mr. Shaw?
No, of course not. I'm just curious.
Uh-huh.
About the data.
Oh, yes, he's dreaming about the data.
We're a bit busy today, Mr. Shaw, unless you have a message for the room.
Oh, yes. Dr. Pickering and I wanted Miss Leavitt's opinion on something of great interest, if I may steal a moment.
You may borrow Miss Leavitt, not steal her.
Of course, just an expression.
Was it?
I'm so happy Dr. Pickering values my opinion. I didn't know he noticed me at all.
He did, and does. We were wondering if you could explain what sort of phenomena this could be. I haven't seen it on any of the other plates, and I thought of you, that you might offer some clarity.
Well, Mr. Shaw, that's definitely a scratch.
Is it?
Perhaps someone's pocket watch or maybe a belt buckle?
Scratch.
We can name it after you if you'd like.
No need, glad that's cleared up. Time to go.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you for asking, Mr. Shaw. We're always here if you need us.
Henrietta, 32 degrees.
Will we see you for Easter? Magnitude 1.2.
Daddy's asking for you.
Spectral class B.
And I'd love to have you home.
45.
Henrietta, it's...
Magnitude.
Henrietta!
What? Yes, what?
I have a son.
Oh, Margie.
His name is Michael.
You have a son.
You should meet him.
I should. I will. How did this happen already?
It's April.
Is it? Oh my, it is.
Henrietta, let me tell you, babies are remarkable.
I'm sure, but I'm sorry, I'm just so busy.
Too busy for me.
Too busy for me at the moment.
Can't you come home?
There are a lot of stars out there.
But you'd be so proud. I found my calling.
Uh-huh.
I will compose.
Music, how nice.
When the baby's down and everything's clean, it's just me and the piano.
That's great.
It's not a hobby.
I have to work.
It's very exciting.
It is. And I'm sorry I can't come home, and I'm sure I'm letting you down, but I've got this work, and you've got yours, and I can't play house with you right now.
I don't like this mood.
I promise I'll come home.
You won't! You're hiding in some urban office and it's making me flinty.
Margie, stop!
I know that there's more to life than that.
Than nature?
Than math. There's more out there.
Then why do you stay so close to home? Why do you excel at every ordinary thing and then chastise me about what is out there? I specialize in what is out there. And let me tell you, out there does not happen on the farm.
Check the post. Father sent a book.
Oh no, a Bible?
If it were a Bible, I would have said Bible. It's a book.
On what, Miss Leavitt?
I don't know, Henrietta. I've got this life and you've got yours.
Round and round we go.
Mr. Shaw?
Ladies of the logbook.
By God, you better have a supernova on those plates.
You know he's here for you.
What?
Nothing that exciting. I was just hoping to speak with Miss Leavitt.
Mr. Shaw?
The work that you're all doing is I just find it bracing.
And I find it hard to work with such interruptions, if you don't mind.
I'm sorry, I can come back later.
No!
On my rounds.
Mr. Shaw! There is an inverse relationship between time lost on your rounds and the lives of my overqualified staff, any of whom you may speak to after work. So come in or stay out, but you must have reason to be here or cease coming around!
See you tomorrow.
Sweet boy, I'm going to shoot him.
You see what I mean about him? He never thought we were racing before.
Can we talk about anything else, please? Miss Cannon, help!
Just so we're all clear, he fancies you.
I don't care, I don't know him. We work, he comes around.
Like a hungry cat.
Who's the cat? Am I the cat?
You are not the cat.
Good, I better not be. I mean, my goodness, I wouldn't even know where to begin.
He'd be happy to help you with that.
Work, ladies.
I don't know. I kind of like him. He wouldn't be too bad to marry.
Then you marry him.
No, he is so not my type.
Well, whoever's type he is, I couldn't work if I were married. And my husband would have to be quite the advanced creature, and I'm not sure our Mr. Shaw fits that bill. Agreed. Although I do admire his persistence. And game. He is a nice man.
Meow, meow.
Would you heal?
The point is that like you, my work is my life. And that's just fine by me. And pardon me for saying this, Miss Cannon, but these Mr. Shaws, they come around, they need this work. They need you. Why don't you demand a faculty position?
Because I don't need a title to do the work.
But the boys need your work to keep their titles, and someday one of us has to become one of those. What was it?
Mighty oak.
Mighty oak, and you deserve it.
Neither of you are getting a raise, and that's final.
I don't want a raise.
I do.
I want a model, Miss Cannon. If they won't give you what you deserve, they won't give it to any one of us.
What do you want them to give you?
A chance to show them what we can do.
Which means what?
I'm seeing things.
Which means what?
I'm spotting more and more of the variables. The blinking stars?
Cepheid stars?
I think so. Some of them blink once a week, some take up to a month.
The fact that Cephid's pulse is not new.
I know, it's just the amount of them. The large amount I'm finding.
Actually, they're quite rare to find.
Not if you're doing it right.
Continue.
I put together a simple comparative that lets me analyze the plates quickly. The same star field at different times. And you can see that some of the stars are much brighter, and I'm seeing them in most of the plates. Now, if these are true Cephids, and if there's as many of them as I'm starting to see, it could be a big clue.
To what?
I don't know, but it's got to be important.
No, it doesn't.
But my instincts are telling me that.
Dr. Pickering does not pay for those instincts.
He doesn't really pay me at all.
Then do the work you're assigned or don't work. You may, however, stay after hours if you like, Miss Leavitt.
What?
If you're quiet.
Really? Really?
Only rule is quiet.
Understood. Thank you.
Henrietta, Teddy was wondering if you'd received the book, or if he'll come home for Christmas. Right back.
Dear Margie, I'm sorry we fought. Here's a book for Michael from his favorite aunt. Could you send sweaters? Love, H.
Oh my, is she...
Dawson, aren't you Miss Leavitt?
What? Yes, sorry,
Miss Leavitt, are you ill?
Nope, just here. Hello.
Is she under...
That would be
Ridiculous.
delightful. But no,
You slept here.
no, very little sleeping. These stars, the Cepheid stars,
I know what they are.
I've been spotting them in the small Magellanic Clouds. I've become quite intimate with the small Magellanic Clouds.
I'll let the boys know we'll need to add a few to the register.
200. 200.
Last...
Night. Yes.
Oh!
So, why don't you make a habit of this?
Why don't you?
I'm gonna go take a nap.
Why don't you?
Very good work, Miss Leavitt. It's really very good.
Thank you.
Where on earth is she going?
She's taking a nap in the farm, and we'll let her.
She has an apartment.
You'll want to see what she's finding.
Then wake her up.
There's a lot going on in the world. We are in an age of defiance. I mean, defying and upturning it all the ideas we held, all the things we knew for certain, fundamentals even, distance, light, time.
You read that paper, didn't you?
You've read it?
Relativity.
Relativity. It's impossible, except that it isn't. Time is elastic. Space is part of time. It's ridiculous.
Doesn't make it wrong.
No, the idea that there could be galaxies as big as ours, outside of ours, that the universe is that large? No.
The theory seems to suggest it.
But it makes it all undone, untethered. In the history of human thought, there was a steady progression of ideas.
Unless we're Catholic.
Standing on the shoulders of giants is what I mean.
I don't know, there's a lot of stupid giants.
But we're modern. The modern age, building up building on top of other stately ideas.
Sensible!
Yes!
And physics was about Refractor!
Yes!
And then that fuzzy-headed man came and blew up your stately foundation!
You're not supposed to do that to Isaac Newton! What do we grasp, and how, and until what point when it all shifts anyways?
I'm not sure what you're looking to hear, Mr. Shaw.
She's found something. Is finding, uncovering, discovering, and I don't know what that's like, which makes me think I'm not very good at this, and things might just be too strange.
You don't usually talk this much when you come up here.
I don't? I do. Rounds, I come around.
Oh, yes, the life of Fleming rounds.
I'm just doing my job, trying to.
And you know why she's taught something? Because she's not just doing hers. Because she's not getting anything handed to her except the corner of someone else's trunk. Because we can't use it apparently a hypersex telescope you boys get to, with the mind of sexist and so it's described. Are you possibly made nervous by having time to access the word sex?
Somewhat.
Good.
It's just, I admire what you do here. It's precision.
Thank you.
What was that?
Wonder meeting competence.
You see why we keep him around?
Is it bad that I like him a wee bit more? Because I quite enjoyed that little fluster. Speaking of, has he proposed yet?
What?
Williamina.
Me? No. It always seems like he's going to.
That face he makes?
Pinchy.
Who's Pinchy? No, we've talked about this. You're not married. You're not married. Nobody's married. Why is this an issue?
It's not an issue.
Prove me right and live happily ever after.
Oh, God.
Our only power is in ignoring her.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm not. Love is all a bit stupid.
Pinchy.
Is Pinchy good or bad?
It's all terribly relative.
Henrietta, it's just life. Ridiculous and miraculous and often not funny at all, but better when you're laughing. Especially husbands.
She had one, you know.
You did?
Yes. Indeed, I did. I was 21, pregnant, poor, and Scottish. I found my way to Dr. Pickering, worked his house as a maid, and he brought me here. And so I've since, because that seemed to work. Time to breathe.
Your gloves.
My gloves.
Please don't think I sit here all night crying.
May I see what you sit here all night doing?
The Cephids, of course.
You certainly have a knack for finding them.
But I'm finding that finding them doesn't really mean anything if they're not worth anything. And right now they're not.
They might.
I'm going on 2,000 of them, and I'm starting to think that it's like counting grass. You can count it, but why?
I do know the feeling. Show me what you found.
The left column is a list of Cephids ranged by their fastest period of brightness, but I think I need to change that to spectral class because I'm not coming up with anything. There's no pattern.
No, there's not.
I've wasted so much time on this.
Miss Leavitt.
I really thought I could feel something, sense something in the numbers, but no!
Miss Leavitt.
12 notebooks packed, loose ends, all loose, and nothing to show for it, nothing! Nothing makes any damn sense!
Henrietta.
Pardon my language.
You're close. Keep going. Think about how you're thinking. It's in there.
Should I talk to Dr. Pickering?
No.
Mr. Shaw?
No. No. This one's yours.
Thank you.
Miss Leavitt, I think you're in the middle of it.
Of what?
That chance.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, not to worry.
This is just...
Imposition, so sorry.
This is...
My fault completely.
so exciting! She's right. I pushed through it, charged through it, matter of time. I know the answer's in there, right? Yes. Hi.
Hi, I just came for my hat.
Oh.
My gloves. I left my gloves, and I saw the light on and thought, well, I wonder how all this spanking's going.
Might we all agree to a different date for that?
I think it's for the best.
Mr. Shaw, I know I shouldn't be here this late.
Actually, I'd prefer it, much prefer it, if you called me by my given name. Peter would be nicer. Nice.
Oh, Henrietta.
Good. Found them. Miss Henrietta, I don't know much about you really, and that's a shame, so might I know something about you? Now would be nice.
Oh, I grew up in Lancaster. I have family in Wisconsin. My hearing's not so great, and I used my diary to get here, which is why I'm a bit zealous about all this.
Ah.
And I play the clarinet. Not well.
I play also. Also not well.
Then I guess we could just be terrible together. I mean, that's not what I mean. I have a habit of blurting.
And I have a dachshund named Carl, which is fun. Carl awaits. Sorry, Pat. I think that you might be quite marvelous. I think that often.
Oh, that is not standard.
There's an ocean liner leaving tomorrow. You should be on it. I mean, I'll be on it. I'm saying come with me to Europe for a month or two. You don't have to decide now, but close to now because the liner leaves tomorrow. I said that. Pack warmly, cold at night. We might stop in Spain, and there's dancing and lobster and water and moonlight is bobbing around, and that's romantic. Or sickening. Either way, there will be an eclipse, which is fun.
Oh my, that sounds very interesting.
Interesting?
Incredible.
Oh, good.
If it weren't on a boat.
You don't like boats. I didn't think of that.
No, it's not that. It's just I can't leave my work. I'm very close to finding something in...
Other ladies can't manage?
Not this work, no. It's my findings, and I've worked so hard.
You don't have to leave them. I can pack them. You and me and work.
Don't crack.
So they'll be here when you get back.
I can't leave. I'm too close. I'm so close.
But we can meet astronomers all over Europe, talk about your ideas, see the world.
That sounds lovely, but why don't we just go to dinner?
Because you're always up here.
Then I can't go to Europe.
Henrietta,
Peter.
this is a rather large moment for me. So I just want to be clear because it took me 3 years to get this far. So, your mind and spirit, I quite adore those things about you, and I don't expect you to reciprocate immediately or at all, but I'd fear combusting if I didn't tell you that you've been the brightest object in my day since we met, and we work with stars, and I know I haven't been the most emotive suitor, but I have been a thoughtful one, so I hope that counts for something. And I hope you are not offended by me expressing how very deeply I admire you.
Well, I think it's an accurate statement to say that I approve.
You do? That is just tremendous and a bit shocking. I thought I might have ruined it with that first impression. Or the second impression. Or this one.
Fortune favors the unashamed, but my work is my life, and if there's any resistance to that, you might be considering your adoration prompt.
if I tried. I know you, and I know your work, and if you can't go with me, I'll stay because I cannot walk away from this.
What is this exactly?
Well, it's love, right?
I don't know. Is it?
It's gotta be. My heart is beating like a train. That is your fault.
My fault? That's your fault!
Yes! See? Love!
How? God, how do you know that?
Comparative analysis. Before you, content. After you, passionate, confident, idiot. Rounds. Please. An ocean liner, just to be with you in the widest world. And finally I tell you. And finally you're here. And finally.
Sister, stop! Come home, stop! Father, stroke, stop!
Oh God, Peter, I'm sorry, I have to go.
Go where? What's wrong?
My family needs me, my father, oh God.
I can help, I can come with you, whatever you need.
My father is sick, my sister is alone.
I'm coming.
You don't need to do that.
I can help, I want to help.
No, Peter. You have to go to dinner in Europe and I have to go home.
No.
Go, Peter.
No.
I don't want you to miss this because of me. So go and write me and come back.
All right, yes, but
Go. We go. We come back. And then we
continue the great experiment of our mutual compatibility.
can weather the storm of Williamina's laughter at our expense.
I imagine it will be thunderous.
I am certain of it.
So, you leave for a while and I leave for a while.
It's just space,
And time.
which leaves us
Afar, but not apart.
afar, but not apart. I like that.
Nothing. It's been a mess since last Sunday.
Last Sunday?
We couldn't get a hold of you.
I would have come sooner. I didn't know what happened.
He just fell over. Couldn't talk. Couldn't move.
Is there anything I can...
I don't know where to start. He can't do anything. I'm at my wit's end.
Where's Sam?
Trying to organize for Sunday. When the town preacher can't preach, and it was Sam hurt. His leg. He fell. It's just so much. I'll play, so at least it'll sound good.
You couldn't find someone else to play on Sunday?
I can play!
I'm so sorry you've had to do this on your own.
Well, there it is. What's that? Work.
A little.
You don't think this is the time to put the work down?
It's important.
And this is not?
No, I mean yes, I mean, I'm here. I am right here.
I just wonder why exceed expectation in everything except this family. Even so, Daddy is so proud. You think he isn't? You think he resents your great escape because you never wrote or came home? You wouldn't know. You also wouldn't know that I wrote letters for you, from you, brought them in the house every week, read them to the whole family. Look what we got from Henrietta today. Oh, Daddy, she says hello. She says she loves you. On and on, such a comforting fiction.
You didn't have to do that.
I did, so that you could have a home to come back to.
Margie, stop!
I am so busy. He'll need to be fed, and the doctor's coming in an hour, and I'm sure you'll be leaving any minute, so I better not get comfortable.
Margie, please stop.
Please, help me.
Whatever you need, I will not go.
But your word.
It's portable. They can send more and I can stay here. I want to. I do.
It's just so much. Too much.
I see that and I'm so sorry.
He was fine, and now everything changes. Why does everything change?
Not changes, just changes form.
What?
There's a new theory. A German physicist.
Oh God.
Wait, he says that mass and energy are just the same things, but different forms. They shift on and on forever. Why don't you go organize for Sunday, and I'll find Sam and see if I can help. Dear Dr. Pickering, Miss Cannon, Miss Fleming, due to family needs, I must remain here. Please send more sky. Dear Peter, I imagine you on the sea, night brilliant with stars. Instead, I spend my nights just as I did as a child. Alone, looking up, dreaming of another life. Yours,
Dear Henrietta, landed in Europe. The eclipse was stunning. You are everywhere, afar but not apart. Peter.
It's hard to feel like I haven't gone backwards, but even so, Margie's so glad to have me. Father's not proving, but I do miss everything.
Henrietta. Met the most brilliant men at Oxford, all discussing relativity. Paris was great. Zurich was cold. How are things at Harvard?
Peter. I haven't yet returned, but once I finish helping Margie, I intend to make my way back to my perfectly creaky desk and your rounds.
Henrietta. I just arrived in Cambridge and I have so much to tell you. When will you return?
I promise I'm coming as soon as I can.
But when will that be? We need you here.
Please send more plates.
I don't care about the plates. Where are you?
The same place. Afar, but not apart. Peter. Father's funeral was brief but full of friends, which was good for the family. It's been so long since I've heard from you. I fear my letters have gotten lost, or you have. Henrietta.
Miss Leavitt, I'm very sorry to hear of your father's passing. Harvard's very busy. Dr. Pickering is sending more plates for analysis if you can manage.
Of course I can manage! I'm coming as soon as I can.
I know you are. I just wish.
It doesn't seem that full from the backyard, but every one of them is just bursting with stars.
And nebula. There and there.
Wow, it's a whole other world up there.
Or worlds. You know they call me a fiend?
Who calls you a fiend?
A star-finding fiend. One of the most prominent astronomers at Princeton said that about me. You're important.
To bit.
I am, actually.
And they're not taking advantage of you.
Oh, they surely are, but it's a compliment.
A love letter is a compliment.
We've talked about this.
Sitting at Harvard and you had a gentleman.
My department is all women.
We'll get out.
It's complicated.
Wouldn't be romance without, is it?
What?
Romance.
No, not yet.
And who is this? Not yet.
What about your music?
What about your secret fancy?
Margie, it's nothing. It's a boring story with a boring ending.
Why?
Because it ended. Or never really began. It's unclear.
I'm sorry.
That was never my plan anyways.
Maybe that's your plan. That's boring.
Oh, just play something, would you?
You can't distract me from my music.
It's not a distraction, it's a celebration.
That you're leaving me. Again.
I've been hearing bits and pieces for months now, and I want to hear the whole of it before I go.
I have been working on some tiny, just a sketch.
A hymn?
Concerto.
Really?
I'm working on a symphony.
Wow. To write a whole symphony, I thought you had to be Keep going. Yes, please, play. Oh my god.
What?
It's tonal.
It's what?
Play.
Henrietta's written another letter.
That's not a letter, that's a book.
She's found something.
It's the whole thing. It's like music.
My music.
The stars are music.
My music.
Yes, when you put them together, the patterns, the numbers. Oh my god, the blinking is music. So simple, right there.
What's right there? She found a pattern in the Cephids.
Look at that, the pulsing isn't random.
The pulsing isn't random. There is a pattern. The brightest stars take the longest to blink.
It's so simple.
God, I love it when it's simple.
I don't understand. How does a pattern help?
A pattern is a standard. And if we have a standard, we can compare stars all over our sky. Right now, if you see two stars that look equally bright, you can't tell which one is the brighter star and which one is the closer star. But the blinking can tell us which is which. The pulsing is the answer.
And somehow musical.
Yes, if you can get notes of the star's brightness. If this is the dimmest a star can get, and this is the brightest a star can get, and the time it takes to get here, all the way to here, it can show us how far away those stars are, which we can compare to stars all over our sky, which we can skip star to star across the deep of space until we know what exactly where we are.
Gentlemen, that's the end of Act 1. We will have a 10-minute intermission. So it'll be 3:01 that we will start again.
days and you can have it, and then mine is 8,000. Depends on what level. And so I'm at 640s, and so you got more higher yard. So when you got your mouth, you can get what you want for your reward. Driving the flash, which I don't need. I've got over 300 because normally it's hard. It's hard because you have to, after you grow your dragon, he goes flying out. And then when he comes back, then you plant. So anyhow, I got through and the reason why is because, like, here's the portion, this is in the portion, copper, and earth. The portion you don't get but over here, if you want extra, you have to buy them. Yeah, if you want to buy them for $6, it's like,
Gorgeous night, Miss Leavitt.
It really is, isn't it?
Checking on the children.
Tucked in but wide awake.
Tell me more.
Are you tempting me with astronomy?
That is my greatest asset.
Then you would remember from school.
Your cheek, your neck.
Pay attention, young man. The stars are classified by their heat.
Your eyes, my God.
And when given one of the letters O, B, A, F, G, K.
How will I ever remember? I wish there was some phrase, perhaps one with an irresistible directive.
Only a fine girl kiss me.
Now I remember.
Let's stay here forever.
Adrift?
Afloat.
In the sea?
In the sky. Always the sky.
Always?
Yes.
The sky?
Yes.
Send more sky.
What? Peter? Peter.
Miss Leavitt, hello.
Hello.
You're here.
I am very here.
Yes, well, welcome back. And I'm so glad to read about your work. The patterns, very good work.
Well, it took long enough to find, but in the end, it's a compliment to all of us.
It's kind of you to share credit, but I seem to recall you working all those nights alone.
Usually, yes.
I'm sorry, I should be going. Welcome back. We'll need your next batch soon.
Batch of...
Those little Cephids, you're the team.
Oh, well, yes, but...
Pickering will be glad to have our best computer back in-house. Good day.
But wait, I haven't seen the publication yet, and I was hoping to move past computing to real research.
I'll let you discuss that with Dr. Pickering. Excuse me, I have a class.
You're teaching? How nice.
It is a university.
Peter,
Miss Leavitt, please don't.
I know it's been so long.
It has.
And I couldn't come back right away. There were complications.
Years of complications? I'm sorry, we shouldn't be... I should go.
You stopped writing me!
Well, there were complications.
In space and time, yes, I know. But when I finally saw the truth in those numbers, when I finally felt that thing I've always wanted to feel, I thought of you. That you might understand. I thought...
You know there should be mandatory explanation points for this sort of thing. I saw you walk up the path and I about bit my fist I was saying to you. Hello, darling. Here we go. The period luminosity relation by Miss Henrietta Leavitt, blah, 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 blah. Aha! There is a simple relationship between the brightest of the 7 stars and their time periods. Ha! Published in Triumph you stat. In case those were worry lines, why don't you tell her it's brilliant?
It is an achievement, especially now that Pickering and the lot have their hands on it.
The law had nothing to do with it.
I'm just saying that when others have a chance to apply it, progress will be.
You wouldn't know progress in the sun under the your ear.
Excuse me?
I don't blame you for being jealous.
I'm not jealous.
And I'm not standing right in front of you.
I'd like to talk to Dr. Pickering about starting a project just for the Cepheid.
We already started one.
You what? But I wanted to participate.
You're not an astronomer.
Of course I am.
Not without a degree.
Then I'll get
And
one.
who will do your work?
This is my work.
It's not.
My work.
Not anymore.
Peter.
Miss Leavitt, you've done a good job. Let's let that be that.
No! The very notion of this it could change the very...
It's just a pattern, Miss Leavitt. It's not a revolution. Though we, of course, thank you for your contribution.
You are Johnny Oz.
I'm sorry I raised my voice.
Why don't you get out?
I will not.
Do not threaten me.
After all I've put up with from this department, where is Miss Cannon? Gone again.
She's sick of you.
We all know where she is. She's out, making trouble for this institution.
And if you made as many contributions as she made trouble in one day, any one of us would care what you think about any one of us.
I'll go.
Home to your dachshund?
To my wife. That's ruined.
Well, Dr. Pickering is finally getting us some chairs.
That's very...
Darling,
We are all in the business of perspective. You don't know if it's fundamentally hard to tell if something is big, bright, or just close by.
I don't know what you mean.
And if hearts were stars, we don't connect the damn dots.
Oh, well, nothing ever materialized.
Not saying it did, just hearts and stars can be blinded.
How do we know that any of this matters? How does anyone know that? I want to know that.
You can't. Which is why you must never doubt or you'll drown. Now, Annie's on her way back from a protest. Very exciting these days. And they gave her a sash. She loves that sash. And both of them are off to change the nation. Speaking of, look who's back, Annie.
Miss Leavitt.
Miss Cannon.
Here you are. Welcome.
It's so good to see you.
And you, my dear. The responses to your binding have been numerous.
You were right. It was in there.
Then let's all never doubt me again, shall we?
See, how goes the march? I, of course, defended your honor.
It was profound and pointless as these things tend to be.
And the sash?
Patriot thread. You're back for good, I hope? Now then, can we get you started on something new? How do you feel about supernova?
Miss Cannon, I'd much rather continue with the Cephids. Follow it through.
Through to where?
To some true place.
Well, put a big red X on it when you find it.
If we're not finding the largest truths, then what have we spent our lives doing? What's the point of all of this?
The cosmic question of our age.
What is the point?
What is the universe? The question itself admits a singularity of size. We are stuck.
We are stuck
On this planet.
in this life, and our perspective is
Our perspective is
intimate,
imperfect.
which means I may have forgotten
However,
to live.
because we lack the measurements, we are left wondering, how big is everything? Which leads to the central question. Is everything contained within our Milky Way or not?
Are we contained or not?
Is all that we see
Is all that we see
the extent of the universe?
the extent? No. No!
Absolutely! It is my judgment that the universe is the exact same thing as the Milky Way galaxy. There is nothing greater and nowhere else. How could there be? To even consider that would mean that those stars are thousands of light years away, and nothing is thousands of light years away. The universe is simply not that vast, nor need it be to inspire the deepest human wonder. Thank you.
Professor Shaw,
Miss Leavitt, you were watching?
how could you say that the universe isn't that vast? How could you say that?
Because the majority of astronomers agree.
No, they don't.
The ones that matter
The
do.
ones taking this job do.
If you look at the literature,
Which I have, Mr. Shaw, which is where my finding is now quite at home.
then you'd see, Miss Leavitt, there's simply no other way to think.
What's a good thing the universe doesn't care what you think? Or me, or Newton, or Kepler, it just marches on and waits for the blind to catch up. That would be you. That would be you.
Henrietta.
I'm sorry, I have to go. I always have to go.
Henrietta, please!
What?
When I came back from Europe, my father decided that it was time, and that she was a good match, and I barely knew what happened, and I barely knew her. And I don't know why I acted that way. Yes, I do. Seeing you is very hard.
I'm so sorry that this has been so hard. For you.
That's not what I meant. Perhaps we can talk.
We can't.
Why?
Because there's an ocean liner leaving tomorrow for Europe. And I just decided that I'll be on it. Because I've heard that seeing the stars from the sea is not to be missed. And I don't want to miss anything else. And apparently there's lobster.
That's good for you. But wait, I should say that your work is very important, and I am very proud of you.
Thank you.
Dear Margie,
Dear Mr. Shaw,
I wish you could see the sky tonight, but I hope we never met pictures that well. That would miss the point.
Which is what I think staring out to sea.
I used to think that to be truly alive, I needed answers. I needed to know. But all this does not in fact need to be known, does it? We do.
We do.
Because the real point is seeing something greater and knowing we're a small part of it, if we're lucky.
Please tell Miss Cannon that when I return, I have work to do.
Because thank God there's a lot out there bigger than me. See you soon.
Henrietta!
Margie, I missed you so much. Welcome to Boston.
Same to you. Welcome back. Well, tell me everything.
Well, Paris is as perfect as you'd like to think, and London is just...
Henry!
I'm fine.
You're not fine. What is this?
It's nothing. It passes.
It's not nothing. You should have come home immediately.
There were only a few bad days.
Henrietta, they convinced him to talk to
I
us.
saw one in London.
And you're seeing another one right now.
No.
The luggage can wait.
I'm going straight to Harvard.
You're coming back to Wisconsin with me. And you're resting.
And no, Margie, I want to work.
I don't care. There's time for all that.
There's not.
Wait a minute, there she is, Henry!
Henrietta, there she is.
Hello, dear.
Oh my goodness, what are you doing here?
What are we doing here? Your sister told us you were finally coming back.
And you have to save us from each other.
You really do. Now we have a mountain of work to get through.
Hello, dear. I'm Williamina.
I'm Margaret. Hello.
Oh, this is my sister Margie. I thought you had met.
Not yet, but I've heard so much. Oh, you're the sister. We've heard of you.
You're scaring the poor thing, Annie.
Unfortunately common.
Didn't Henrietta say you have a son?
I do. As tall as his father and twice the charmer.
Oh, dear.
Let's just say, I do not fear a lack of grandchildren.
Well, send them to me and I'll straighten them out.
All right, ladies. The early grass from Princeton are in and we need your eyes on them.
I can do that.
Henry, wait. She's just saying she's been a bit poorly these days.
I'm fine, and I'm so happy to be back.
You're sick?
No.
Yes. She nearly just fainted just now. She's not well, and I really must insist.
I'm insisting, Margie. My work is here, and my life and every chance I've ever had is here.
Then so am I. You can't get rid of me.
Me neither.
And you can work from home whenever you like, so there's not a single reason we can't all go about our business as usual.
Thank you, lunatic women.
Here we go, darling. I'll go get the bags. We've got you, Henry. We're right here.
Excuse me, Miss Cannon.
Not today, Mr. Shaw.
I heard about Henrietta, Miss Leavitt. I heard that she's sick. How sick? How is she?
Well, she's making do. Working from home just down the street. I think you know nothing's going to keep her down for very long.
Nothing short of an earthquake.
That sounds about right.
Would you give her this? I took the liberty of inquiring to a family physician, and he said he'd be happy to see her. She would never ask, but if you would please tell her to accept his services as a favor to me.
Thank you, Mr. Shaw. That's very... Thank you.
Astronomer is my profession.
All right, astronomer with the capital A. How are we doing today?
You know the worst part of this? Sitting still.
For you, I'm sure it is. How's the pain?
be relaxed.
Would you like to read some news?
I can't take any more war news. Did they send another astronomy circular?
You think the word word would make the stars seem trivial?
These stars would make war seem trivial. I've never felt so helpless. I write all these letters to men, colleagues, and they all use my work, but they won't let me near it. Useless. Helpless.
You're not helpless.
All I want to know is what is true. What else is true? And how long is that list? And I know I'll never know. What does all the knowing of not knowing do to a sane person?
You're getting upset.
Life is about getting appropriately upset. And what does that mean?
It can mean that we're all helpless and alone. Or it can mean that you may not know how you might matter to people right now. Because you already matter. What you do outlasts you. Am I helping or hurting?
I can't tell, but thank you, and I want to explain.
Oh, you've tried to explain it, but I'm just too fit.
Not stars, something more like souls.
Henry,
I just know you worry about those types of things, and I don't want you to think that I don't believe in anything. I do, just more of a grand observation.
which is comforting.
Which is nimble, which is comforting. My heaven is a cosmos deep in a gorgeous void.
A void,
Full darkness,
not all darkness.
mottled with immaculate combustion.
But the stars are
Hot gas in a lonely,
not lonely.
broad, airless,
Don't say airless.
deep, vast, dark.
Stop it! Just stop it, right? I know we don't speak plainly about this, but where does my heaven go?
Maybe it doesn't.
Henry,
I'm going first. I'll tell you who's right.
you cannot say that to me.
I've made peace with that part.
I haven't. And what other part is there?
The part of meaning something.
You mean everything to me.
You have your babies and your music and you like church.
You can't compare us.
You have a life
And you have a legacy.
work that I can't finish.
That's what a legacy is. This is just how I see it. You ask God a question and He answered. And that's the meaning of meaning for the most of us. Now relax before I drug you. How about some mail?
Fine.
And messengers? Henrietta.
Darling.
Margaret, do you think you like that for keeping Henry so comfortable and close by? Time just blocks away with all these new girls and their temperaments and their outfits. Uh-huh. You would not believe their shoes. Probably not. How are you feeling today?
Fine. Bored. Angry.
Well, not for long, you're not. All right, you ladies chat. I've got dinner first. You'll both stay. I insist. Wait now. You'll want to hear this.
Hear what?
We have news. Great news.
What news? Annie, tell me.
Head of stellar photography. It's yours. Pickering sent me to make the offer.
Oh my goodness.
And a raise of a quarter.
Head of stellar photometry, but that's your job.
Now I'm head curator. Everyone's moving up like mighty oaks. Oh, that's wonderful. Congratulations. It's a great honor, Henrietta. Like magma from the depths of man's mind, a nice hot compliment erupts. A change in the system is what it is. A model for the future. Oh dear. And if we use things like this and take a real stand, she's about to give you a pamphlet. We can make a larger difference.
What's all this?
We need a vote, girls. It's about equality, and it's about time. And I know all the slogans. Oh, I'm not really. If we can organize the sky, we can organize our minds to choose our own future. She heard a speech a year ago. Is this a democracy or not? And now she thinks she's a patriot. A true patriot, yes I am. Does it say we the people or doesn't it? It does. It does. And we're marching in DC next month. You should come. Both of you. I'll read the pamphlet. It's a great pamphlet. Let's get for dinner. I should get it ready.
Thank you, Margie.
Why don't I come and get in the way? So, we have new computers. You should come by the office.
Trust me, how much I wish I could.
What can I do?
I need work, anyone's. I need to see what they're seeing. Even the tiniest pinch of information, I'm fine with being tiny. I just need to know.
Of course you do. I'll have some girls take time to investigate.
Thank you. All I have is time, and all I haven't is time.
Time is persistent.
Yes,
But light, its speed is a constant, one of the few in the universe. Just so you know, I choose to measure you in light. Annie, Pam needs your help. What on earth? I'll go get your sister.
Miss Leavitt, hello.
Mr. Shaw?
I'm here. I know it's odd, but I had to see you.
Why? What's going on?
There's a new finding, and I don't think I'm overstating. It changes everything, and you had to be the first to know.
Mr. Shaw, please tell me what you're talking about, how you're here, and be aware that they're likely pressing your degree against that door right now.
Well, I didn't know where you lived exactly, so it starts with me following them.
Keep going up! I'm going to smack him!
That doesn't matter. What matters is that today I received you received, but it all comes to my office now.
What comes?
Letters from colleagues to you.
To me?
I thought they were copies.
They weren't. I live blocks away. I've been trying to get a hold of someone for ages.
Sorry.
For ages!
The point is, this morning, Hertzsprung, the Danish one?
Big beard.
Right. He used your work to measure the distance to those Cepheids.
My Cepheid.
In the small imaginary clouds, yes.
He calibrated actual distance to my Cepheid.
This could be the first measurement of anything outside our galaxy.
Which means there are things outside of our galaxy.
Yes, proof that the universe is vast.
How did he do it?
He used statistical parallax for the slope against the sun, then plugged in your data for the slope, and there you have it.
That makes it sound so easy.
But without your work, it was impossible. Your work made the leap for us all. Now we have a standard measurement. For the rest of the time, we have a standard. Oh, and this other man keeps writing. Hertzsprung?
Hubble?
Hubble, yes.
Peter, how far away are my stars?
Thousands and thousands of light years away.
Oh my goodness.
Incredible.
Which means our galaxy could be one of many.
Perhaps one of many billions.
I knew it.
You did.
You were perfectly wrong.
I was. I'm so proud to know you. And a new girl found this under your desk. I thought you'd like it back.
This is the book my father sent me.
You never opened it?
I was too embarrassed and then too ashamed, I think. Collected poems.
Really? Whitman.
My father sent me poems.
This one's marked. When I heard the learned astronomer, when the proofs, the figures were ranged in columns before me, when I was shown the charts and the diagrams to add, divide, and measure them, when I, sitting, heard the astronomer where he lectured with much applause in the lecture room, how soon, unaccountable, I became tired and sick, till rising and gliding out, I wandered off by myself, in the mystical, moist night air, and from time to time, looked up in perfect silence at the stars.
So he's not a mirage. Well, I mean, I had me worried.
Margie, this is Mr. Peter Shaw.
The Peter Shaw.
Pleasure to meet you.
You'll stay for dinner.
Oh, no, I shouldn't.
And yet you will. We have much to discuss. Famous Mr. Shaw.
And Margie is a wonderful musician. Maybe you and Annie can sing for us.
Oh, yes.
Oh, God.
Margie knows musicals.
I couldn't.
You're singing.
How nice.
I've learned just not to argue with women.
That's correct. Dinner is on the table. We'll be there in just a moment.
And you must tell Will and Annie immediately.
Tell her what?
Henrietta just became the first person to measure the universe.
You knew about him.
I did.
You knew about him the whole time.
I did. That many letters?
Sisters are strange friends.
What did he just tell me?
It's real. I couldn't believe it.
Of course he couldn't.
Would you be nice to me?
Henrietta was right. You are right. Look at this.
Oh my goodness, look at this.
That's what I said. Look at this. The whole world should be looking at this.
Henrietta, I know.
This is just everything.
It is everything.
How do you celebrate measuring the universe?
I have no idea.
I have cookies.
That's brilliant. All right, come on, get up. We're celebrating.
We already are celebrating.
Not enough, and you deserve this.
Thank you all, but
That's perfect. Let's do it. Let's do it right now.
do what right now?
What are we doing? You're coming too. Me? What? Wait.
No, I can't go anywhere.
She's really not supposed to.
You have to.
You deserve this.
It doesn't matter if I can't.
It's not that far.
Only a few blocks away.
Just up the hill.
It's freezing. I cannot go anywhere. So thank you all, but let's just sit down, have a nice dinner, and
Leave the ham. Get the car.
for a few blocks.
Now we're talking.
Margie!
Henry, relax.
On top of a hill, just a few blocks away, across the courtyard from my old dust sat, where it stood totally off limits, I see the Great Refractor telescope, to which we happily break in that night. And taking Margie's hands, I lean close, look up and see my heaven. Sometime from now, I gather myself and go outside and look up in perfect silence at the stars. And I know that distance is only space and time, and for some of us, light. I'm out of time, but light has never let me down, and so I shift. A few years from now, and Annie gets a vote. Another year, and a man named Hubble uses my work to prove that our galaxy is one of many billions. Then a man from Sweden calls, wondering if I might like a Nobel Prize. It's too late for me, but I take the compliment. Another year and Will dies in Boston, Annie by her side. Another year and another war take over the world, and then Annie dies. Then Peter. Then my sister, kissed by 12 grandchildren, a symphony on the radio. Then we harness the atom, then orbit the Earth, then stand on the moon. Then a telescope named Hubble, with wings set for space, shows us how beautiful and vast it all is. Because wonder will always get us there. Those of us who insist that there's more beyond us. And I do. And there's a reason we measure it all in light.